Good morning. Welcome back to I Heart Wrexham. Last night, I definitely watched the season premiere of Welcome to Wrexham. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I figured it was going to be good, but I didn't know exactly where the story was going to pick up. They picked the story right back up at the celebration of them winning the National League Championship and being promoted up to League Two. Um, of the excitement of that game, of the win, and then showed the team heading off for their celebration in Vegas. It looks like they had a really good time, and then the team they went back home. They went back to Wrexham, but then there was the U.S. tour over the summer excuse me, over the summer, where I don't even know where all they went. I did not hear about that. Of course, I wasn't really I hadn't even watched the series of Welcome to Wrexham yet at that point, so I wasn't on the lookout for the team. But it looks like they crisscrossed the country, crisscrossed the U.S., going to play lots of games, and were very warmly greeted by all of the U.S. soccer fans. They were a big deal over here. Anyway, so they did the tour, and unfortunately, that was when Paul Mullen got hurt really badly. He was, I don't know the exact term, but basically there was a collision when they were playing. What's the name of the team? When they were playing, I wrote it down. When they were, I think they were playing Manchester United, and just to see Paul Mullen go down the way he did, he was clearly struggling, in a lot of pain, and just not able to breathe. You could see the fear on his face, the fear on his teammates' faces when they realized that something was really wrong, and they were waving over the trainers and coaches to come and to get him some attention. And Paul Mullen, and all of his agony during that injury, he was insistent that he was going to walk off the field because he had family and friends watching back at home, and he did not want them to be even more worried by seeing him carried off in a stretcher in an ambulance. I just thought, wow, what composure to be able to not only try to push through the pain, but to always have his loved ones on his mind, and be concerned about them and what they might be thinking and feeling as they see him down, hurt like that, really badly. So he obviously was rushed off to the hospital. I guess he ultimately had some broken ribs and a punctured lung, and then was not able to fly home for, I think it was couple weeks. I love that term, a fortnight. It was a fortnight before he was able to return back home, and then even longer before he could rejoin the team and start playing. And I'm not saying it was all him. Of course, it's a team sport. They don't win only because Paul Mullen is playing, but the loss of him in the first couple of games of the new season definitely seemed to affect the team, and they started off on a losing streak. They lost the first home game, which apparently they had not lost at home at Wrexham for a couple of years, according to what Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney were saying. Was they were watching there in person, watching the game, trying to be fans, but I think they felt the stress of being owners of club owners that day. That was the game that Hugh Jackman attended to. Not that that was necessarily any more pressure. I think they're always under pressure, but they did not perform very well at all that game and lost. I think the second game wasn't good either. I think that they definitely were on a bit of a losing streak. But they did in the docuseries, they did go into more detail about some of the fans. There was a really interesting story about a photographer from Wrexham and how he ended up in the town of Wrexham. Everybody has had some, they've had life, things have happened, they've had some hard knocks, and he was one of those people who was down but made his way to Wrexham, studied fine arts at the local college there, and was able to earn his fine arts degree, and is now a photographer. And he he photographs all kinds of scenes around the town, especially on game day. You saw him stopping some Wrexham fans on their way to the game, to the match, and was taking pictures of them. He was going into stories about how he has suffered from depression and anxiety, and he's never actually even been inside the stadium. He's never attended a game because he can't deal with the crowds. But I just thought that was such a great share, such a great story to give insight to the fans and the lives of the people who live in Wrexham, who, even though they may not be able to attend a game in person for whatever reason, really, really are affected by whatever happens out on that pitch. So I don't know what I was thinking yesterday when I was saying that the season premiere was going to be at 7 p.m. It wasn't at 7 p.m. It was at 10 p.m. The first episode aired and was quickly followed by the second. Now I've only binge watched Welcome to Wrexham, so I don't know if that's normally how the episodes air. Do they normally come in twos that way? I don't know, but I'll have to be prepared to stay up late because it rolled right into the next game. The next episode, and I will tell you guys all about that. But before I do that, I woke up today and got online, and I don't have it here in front of me. I thought I did. Woke up and there was a post for one of the many YouTube channels that I follow, Me, the Wife, and Wrexham, and they were posting about who has been released from the team. And there were some names on there that we know and have gotten attached to, like Ben Tozer. I think Ben Tozer is one of the older members of the team. I know he's been team captain. And yeah, the performance wasn't great, like I said, in those first couple of games in the season. But it's sad to see him go. There was also others on that list, of course. I know they have to make changes, they have to keep growing, they have to keep pushing forward, but it is hard to get attached to folks playing and then have to make changes. So I don't envy Phil Parkinson for having to make those tough calls, but he has been making lots of tough calls and bringing in the right talent at the right time. And I guess this is the same thing in reverse. He has to make the tough calls when it's time for people to move on. So anyway, that was episode 1. And of course, I'm hooked again. I hope you are too. leave me a comment below and let me know what was your favorite takeaway, favorite moment from episode 1 of Welcome to Wrexham, and what you think about those announced changes. I'll try to get the full list that was posted as well so that you all know.